Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name is Dawn Perez, and I'm one of the education specialists at the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County in West Palm Beach, Florida. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a virtual tour of our home chemical and recycling centers. And we're going to learn about the different materials that can be dropped off there. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the Solid Waste Authority. So the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County is a local government agency that was created in 1975 to manage all of Palm Beach County's waste. That would include garbage, recycling, biosolids, and your home chemicals, which again, we're gonna discuss today. Now, the Solid Waste Authority has to be really efficient about how we manage this waste. And that's because we have a lot of people that live in Palm Beach County. We have about 1.4 million people that live in Palm Beach County. And on average, each one of us makes about 12 pounds of solid waste per day. So if we do that math and take the 1.4 million people and multiply it by 12 pounds, at the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County, we get almost 17 million pounds of solid waste per day. 17 million pounds. Wow, that is a lot. For you guys to visualize that, that would be like a football field piled up to 27 feet high, which is almost as high as the goalpost. The goalposts are 30 feet high. So again, we have to be really efficient and unique about how we manage that waste. And today, what we're gonna be looking at is our home chemical recycling centers, which are open to the public, and you can drop these materials off for free. So let's get started with our tour. The Home Chemical Recycling Program began in 1990. Currently, we have 7 total home chemical and recycling centers. 6 of them are located at our transfer stations throughout the county. So we have transfer stations in Belle Glade, Abacoa, Royal Palm, Lantana, and 2 in Delray. And then our main home chemical and recycling center is located in West Palm Beach off of North Jog Road. Now, the one in West Palm Beach and the one in West Delray are both manned. So if you have any large items that you're dropping off and you need help, I would suggest going to those 2 because we do have staff that can help you there. So let's begin our virtual tour now. Before we get started, I want you to think about this. Do you think you have hazardous materials in your house? Many people think, no way. However, we all have hazardous chemicals in our homes or home chemicals. So let's see the kind of items that we're talking about. We're talking about things that can be under your sink. Things like fire extinguishers, things like insect spray and cleaners. These can be bad for the environment and are considered home chemicals. We're also talking about things in your garage. So old or unused motor oil, pesticides, and also old or unused paint can be considered home chemicals. Okay, so we have paint, we have pesticides, again, old motor oil, and you can load those up into a box and bring them to us. Now, this is our main home chemical recycling center off of North Jog Road. And all of our home chemical recycling centers are set up like this. They're very well labeled. And again, the one in West Palm Beach is manned, so they can help you if you have anything heavy. Other things that count are things like propane tanks and pool chemicals, which you're seeing here. Again, you can go ahead and put these in a box and drop them off at one of your nearest home chemical recycling centers. And again, look at how nicely labeled they are. So now let's talk about your boat. What about on your boat? Can you think of things that are hazardous on there? Well, things like flares, fire extinguishers, deep cycle batteries, mercury float switches, cleaning products, these all are considered home chemicals and they're hazardous. they can be brought to us at the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County. So you'll see that this gentleman, again, it's going to help these people unload their chemicals and help them to put them in the right bins. Now again, pesticides, we didn't talk about batteries, but batteries that are either boat batteries, car batteries, or rechargeable batteries that have lithium ion or something in them, they can have acids in them that are bad for the environment. So yes, we want you to drop off those kind of batteries. Now, regular batteries, those can go in the garbage. But again, we're talking about rechargeable or lithium ion batteries, things like that. Also, old school thermometers have mercury in them. So those are things that you'd want to drop at our home chemical recycling centers. Things like fluorescent light bulbs, as you saw, can have mercury in them, which is also bad for the environment and can be dropped off at our home chemical recycling centers. Used motor oil and used cooking oil is actually bad for the environment, and used cooking oil is bad for your drains. So those two items can also be brought to our home chemical recycling centers. And then of course we mentioned old paints before, okay? So what do we do with these materials, you might ask? I'm gonna tell you in a second. What we actually do is we sell them to businesses that recycle or reuse them, and then they dispose of the rest safely. For example, the used cooking oil that's dropped off is sold to a company that turns it into biofuel. Now, do you change your own oil at home? That's what this gentleman is doing here. This oil can be dropped off at our home chemical recycling centers. And remember, if you accidentally spill it on the ground, that's okay. What you can do is use some kitty litter or another type of absorbent to soak it up, and then you can throw it away in the garbage. And now we're going to show you the drum that the oil would go into. So here it is being poured into that drum. We have a similar drum for the cooking oil, okay? And so you're gonna pour it in there. And again, we're gonna sell it to a company that's gonna try to reuse what they can and then dispose of the rest safely. Now, actually the used cooking oil, we sell to a company that turns it into biofuel, which is really, really cool. Now, what about your old or broken electronics? Do you have any of these in your house right now? Yes. These also count as home chemicals. We can take them off your hands for you, and you can drop them off at one of our home chemical recycling centers. Look at all this old school stereos and stuff that are dropped off. Now over here, I just want to point out how nicely, again, it's labeled for the convenience of our Palm Beach County residents. So if you're a resident of Palm Beach County, this service is free to you. So you can drop these off for free, okay? It's free to you. We serve over 5,000 customers per month, and we get more than 4.2 million pounds of home chemicals per year. So we really do try to be the best service for Palm Beach County residents and provide you with multiple places to drop these things off. Now look at all of these drums full of oil and used cooking oil that are going to be reused and disposed of safely. And this is our warehouse where we keep everything before we sell it to those companies. Now with used paint, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna empty that older used paint into these drums, and then we're actually going to sell it to a company that will recycle it into new paint. okay? We have a program called Paint Your Heart Out, in which we actually buy back this recycled paint, and it actually comes in 12 different colors. And then we go out and we paint Palm Beach County residents' houses for free, one-time use only. So if you're interested in this, you can always apply on our website at swa.org. There's some broken electronics there. And then here we have our fluorescent tubes. So this is where you would place those fluorescent tubes, and also the CFL light bulbs. There is a bin underneath this where you can put those little curly Q CFL light bulbs as well. And here you can see the electronics being wrapped and ready to be picked up by a company that, again, will recycle what they can, like the rare earth metals found in the circuit boards, and then dispose of the rest safely. So that is what we do at our home chemical recycling centers. Hi, welcome back. I hope you had a lot of fun learning about our home chemical and recycling centers and the materials that you can drop off there. Now that you've learned about our home chemical recycling centers, hopefully you can look around your house and find some items and materials that you can drop off at the nearest one. And if you'd like, you can also take a picture and share it with us. So thanks again for tuning in. If you really like this program, go ahead and like and share with your family and friends. And if you have any questions about anything we discussed today, please go ahead and post them below. Or you can email us at education@swa.org. And before you go, I just wanted to remind you that we have programs like this every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. So if you've missed any of our past programs, or you'd like to see our upcoming schedule, please visit swa.org/education to look those up. Thanks again and have a great day. Bye.